It's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, episode 220, and I'm Dr. Neil Malik. Welcome to another Friday edition of Optimal Health Daily. On this podcast, I usually read the best health and fitness blogs to you, but not on Fridays. Fridays are special. I take questions from you, the listener, play them, and answer them right here on the show. Now, if you want to send in a question, now's a good time to do it, because in less than 2 weeks, we're going to give away another book to a random person who has sent in a question. I'll let you know how to send one in at the end of the episode. But for now, let's hear today's Q&A as we optimize your life.
Hi, Dr. Neil. This is Kira. I had a question about electrolytes. So I'm a very active person. I would say I do anywhere from an hour to 4 hours of activity per day, and they involve a lot of sweating. And recently, after listening to one of the Q&A episodes about how much water to drink, I started looking into electrolytes because I realized I was kind of losing a lot of water and cramping a lot. So I was wondering what your take is on people taking electrolytes, and also is there a difference between just using high quality sea salt or actually buying those tablets, like the Noon tablets, or is that a waste of money? So yeah, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing you answer my question.
Thank you for your question, Kira. Based on your level of activity, which you mentioned is anywhere from 1 to 4 hours each day, you are definitely in the minority. Most adults on average get less than 2 hours of activity per week. You often get that in one day. So I appreciate you asking this question because your hydration and electrolyte needs are going to be very different from the average Joe or Jane. First, I want to make sure everyone knows what we're talking about when we say electrolytes. Claiming something has electrolytes in it is actually just a fancy way of saying it contains vitamins and minerals. Sodium and potassium, for example, are electrolytes. Ditto magnesium and calcium, and vitamin C, and all the B vitamins. I think you get the idea. So when you see commercials for sports drinks like Gatorade or Powerade, and they say they're chock full of electrolytes, it just means they toss some vitamins and minerals into their drinks. As I mentioned during one of my previous Q&A episodes, most folks don't need to worry too much about consuming these sports drinks and getting these extra electrolytes. This is because most of us are not spending as many hours each day being active like Kira. But for those that are highly active, replacing some of the vitamins and minerals your body loses through sweat can be beneficial. One of the reasons I suspect Kira in particular may need to consume more electrolytes during and or after her activities is because she mentioned that she's experiencing some muscle cramping. This is usually a giveaway. Now, Kira specifically mentioned whether she should consider adding high-quality sea salt or even sodium tablets to her routine. This is because when a highly active individual experiences muscle cramping when they're exercising, it's likely due to a lack of available sodium or salt in their body. But I would recommend against consuming extra sodium by way of tablets or sea salt. Instead, I would actually consider buying some of the readily available sports drinks on the market. This is because, believe it or not, these have been tested on athletes and studied. Think for a moment where the term Gatorade actually came from. This drink was created for the University of Florida football players. Imagine, these athletes were training in August in the Florida heat and humidity, wearing all of their gear, performing intense activity for hours at a time. So, when 2 physicians were approached to figure out a way to help the University of Florida football players avoid heat stroke and perform optimally, they, after much trial and error, created this drink that included water, electrolytes, and some sugar or glucose. When players started to drink it, they found it helped them improve their performance tremendously. So, Gatorade was born. Oh, and by the way, what's the University of Florida's team mascot? The Gators. That's why the drink is named Gatorade. It was designed to aid the University of Florida Gators. Get it? Clever, eh? Now, I'm not saying you have to use Gatorade specifically. Since its introduction, many other companies have copied or improved on its formula. Not only that, other products like Pedialyte, for example, would work just fine too. Now, if sugar and extra calories are a concern for you, there's no need to drink these sports drinks straight. Just dilute the drink by adding some extra water. In fact, the American College of Sports Medicine, ACSM, has also weighed in on the use of sports drinks. Now, ACSM is considered the gold standard when it comes to exercise science and sports nutrition. Here's a direct quote from them. Consumption of sports beverages containing carbohydrates, sugar, and electrolytes before, during, and after exercise can provide fuel for muscles and decrease risk of dehydration. End quote. Now, I want to be very clear. I usually do not recommend sports drinks for the average athlete or average gym goer. This is because most of us don't need the extra calories, sugar, and electrolytes. Remember, Kira is a unique case because she is way more active than most of us. For those of you that experience cramping, like shin splints when you're working out, it may not be due to a lack of electrolytes, especially if you're, again, kind of an average gym goer. Chances are you just need to incorporate a little bit more stretching, you just maybe need a pair of better running shoes or walking shoes, or you just need to become a little bit more active. Oh, and one more thing. We're also finding that colder beverages, ranging from 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, are absorbed more quickly when compared to those at room temperature. So, for anyone looking to rehydrate their bodies fast after a workout, be sure that the water, or in Kira's case, sports drink, is chilled before drinking it. Thank you again for the question, Kira. You'll be entered into a very small raffle every month to win a book. The next raffle is right after this weekend. If you want to be a part of that, send me a question. It can be about diet, nutrition, exercise, stress management, anything along those lines. Just come by oldpodcast.com. There's a red bar along the side of the page that you can click on and record right from your computer's microphone. It's really easy, and you can even play back your message and do retakes before sending it in. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and call in. The number is 61 I love OHD. Either way works. And if I haven't gotten around to answering your question yet, keep listening. I promise I'll get around to it. That's another week of Optimal Health Daily in the books. Thank you so much for listening every day and all the way through. Thank you for sharing this show with someone. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this show and Optimal Living Daily, the brother podcast of this one. Literally, I'm Dr. Neil's brother. If you like the format of this show, you'll love Optimal Living Daily too, where I also read to you from blogs, but cover other topics like personal development, finance, and minimalism from bloggers like Derek Sivers, The Minimalists, Zen Habits, and many more. So for more amazing content read to you for free, come subscribe to Optimal Living Daily too, and together we'll optimize your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Health Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.